guys you mentioned, like Ryan Broyles, Jeremy Beal, guys that you kind of know what you can get out of them? They've been good players for you. What do they do during the spring? How important is this for them? Do they work on? Do they have like?
Well, they're not anywhere near where they can be. I mean, in the end, they got a lot to work on. I mean, everybody needs to improve, and those guys can improve in a lot of areas as well. Just gaining strength, speed. Jeremy improving his takeoff, improving the pass rush. Ryan improving route running, getting a little more physical. All these guys they're still young people. They can, if they work hard, they'll make improvement.
How much of an impact do you think some of these mid-semester guys can have for you in the spring?
We'll see. They'll get a lot of snaps and get a lot of opportunity. So hopefully, they'll take advantage of it and show good signs of making, being able to make a mark.
It seems like Steele is in a pretty good position if he can.
Sure.
Show you
Receivers is still a position for us that, guys need to make improvement and be better. So there'll be a lot of competition there, and he'll get a lot of snaps.
Same thing with your linemen, your new linemen.
Everybody.
And
everybody. I mean, it's you say linemen, yeah, and D linemen and linebackers and everybody else. So we'll get a bunch of snaps, and it'll be competitive, which is what you want.
Yeah. You expect a light spring from DeMarco?
Well, no, other than full out scrimmages. He'll do everything every day outside of when we go anything that's live, take it to the ground. I'm not going to take a chance on getting twisted up or getting caught somewhere. And I've seen DeMarco play a lot of football, and it's been a lot of good football. So when that I don't. Just like Chris Brown a year ago, DeMarco was out, but I don't let Chris get in. One scrimmage, I saw him in there for one play, and I had to yank him out. He wanted to stay in, and I said, "There's just not taking that chance. You've played too much for us, and I'm not going to take a chance on something silly happening to a guy who knows how to play."
Yeah, Ryan returning as your punt returner, you envision using him as a kickoff guy too with Moses, or
possibly? Other than sometimes I think returning kickoffs is more physical than returning punts, and everybody's coming down with a different velocity, a different form of cover, and same with your return. You need a little more physical guys, I think, returning kickoffs than punts. So we'll see. We'll see who all emerges there. Moses Madu, can do it, and I don't know. DeMarco's kind of hinted he wants to do it again, but we'll see. He was pretty special at it when he did it.
With limited practices, is it tougher now to look at guys in different positions? Do you already have to have it planned? So we want to look at this guy here, as opposed to years ago when you didn't have limited numbers of workouts. Well,
we had it used to be 20 instead of 15, so you only had 5. It wasn't unlimited. Not since I've been doing it. It used to be 20 practices. So you just have 5 less. So I don't know. You manage it, and if this is the time to look at guys. It's something different if you're going to do it.
I know you played Quentin Carter strong and free throughout his career. Does he kind of give you some versatility that you just have to find the best other strong or best other free?
Exactly. Those positions, they're totally interchangeable. They do the same things. So to me, strong or free, you might as well just say safety because it doesn't really matter. So, yes, our next best safety will either play at strong or Quentin at free and him at strong, and it doesn't really matter to us. It's whoever the best two are, and we'll work it out on what we feel is, depending on what people do, is the best way to play them.
I know Bobby Jack spoke highly of Kevin Brent and said if it wasn't for the shoulder injury, he would have been more of a factor. And Trice obviously made a lot of plays on special teams. Can you talk about your young guys there?
And Javon Harris is a guy that's really also showed a lot of promise. So, all those guys it'll be important. We grade everything, plus, minus. Did he make a play when he had a chance? Did he not? I mean, whether it's pass skill, whether it's team run, whether it's team blitz, whether it's goal line. I mean, we're constantly looking who's making plays when they have opportunities and who is not. So this is where you get a chance to prove that, hey, I'm making more plays than the guy. I need to be on the field.
Who's your special teams coordinator now?
Coach Wright, who has done it before.
Is Javon going to do
along with me.
Running back this spring for Javon Harris, or is he going to do
He's going to be at safety.
Okay. His experiment to running back just didn't pan out for him or for
It really
coaches?
wasn't much of an experiment. So.
Is Ryan Reynolds sticking around for you guys? He told me he wanted to stick
We're
around. at GA.
seeing that Ryan is right now helping, just doing office work, but whether we have room for a graduate assistant or actually a student assistant, but right now our graduate assistant spots are full, so he's just doing office work. But he wants to get into coaching.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Willie coming in to run the secondary and things and what he brings to the table.
Willie Martinez, he brings great experience. Been a lifelong secondary coach, and who I've known for a long time. And on top of that, has experience in a great conference at a great school. Working as a defensive coordinator, and we've shared ideas in the past. So he is very familiar with our system, and so Willie brings great experience, and he's got a lot of intensity and fire to him, and again, excellent experience coaching the secondary. So I think he's going to be a big plus for us.
Bob, have you been in contact with Sam since the combine and as he moves towards his pro day here?
I was in contact with him before the combine, not since, and he said he feels great. He said the arm has been just excellent. He hasn't had any discomfort at all. I was anxious to kind of step up his routine. They've been pretty limited on how they've done it, though he's throwing well in everything that he's doing. So I imagine, from what it sounded like just listening to his interviews, that he's going to progress up to more and more throwing leading up to this. But I was impressed just reading his numbers that he was up to 232 pounds, and he's a big guy, and he's a young guy that's only going to continue to mature and fill out and get bigger, and somebody's going to get a great player.
You excited about that spectacle being held here when March 25th when it comes here?
Spectacle. He's just one of my guys. It's no different than every year. I'm glad our guys are out there competing, and we always have a big group of NFL people here watching our players, as we will tomorrow, and we will on the 25th for Sam. So we're always excited, for our guys, and Sam's special definitely, but but we look at all our players as pretty special.
You've had two of your players mentioned as potentially the number one overall pick. Has that made it a little different for you, fielding more phone calls than usual, maybe?
A little bit, but in the end, meaning I'm excited for those guys, and it does represent our program well. These guys have been developed that way, but I don't know. I just look at them. They're really incredible, as you guys know, just incredible young men and how they handle themselves. So I'm just excited for them personally because of the people they are, how they've worked here and put their time in here. Hard to believe they could both be back another year if they wanted to be. But again, I'm all for their position. They need to be where they're at. And and you know what, for the program it is exciting, and for Oklahoma, there are two Oklahoma kids on top of it. So, yeah, everybody's excited about it, and it would be pretty neat if they go, and even if they're in the first three, two of them would be pretty neat. And everyone's talking about Ndamukong Suh, and I'm with them. He's a great player too. So, hopefully, it goes that way. All right.
Thanks.